Yo guys, welcome to the video. This is Josh or Milky, and in today's video we're going to be going over something that I think got a huge amount of love from the Crucible changes, as well as a lot of changes in 3.20 that are going to make it a very viable thing this league, and that is beasts. Now don't worry, they are less annoying now. They've made some nice changes, and there are some big meta shifts and some ways that they're going to interact with the Crucible tree that could potentially make Bestiary a very, very lucrative thing to farm. So we're going to talk about that in this video, and I hope you enjoy. So let's start off by rewinding the clock all the way back to 3.20. 4 months ago, we got the introduction of the Harvest Beasts, and these were game changers for crafters. We got the introduction of the Wild Bristle Matron. It allows you to metacraft with a bit less expense. It's still, 1.5 divines instead of 2, but hey, it's something. You save half a divine each time. Bristle Matrons, really good. Vivid Vultures, I'm sure you all know by now, changed the game. For mirror tier crafting, you could make an item with 3 perfect synthesis implicits, and the way that you would do this is you would take an item with 3 implicits, and you would Crake it Chimeral to imprint it, and then you would Vivid Vulture to reroll those implicits, and you would rinse and repeat until you had the perfect thing. Now, what did this do? Well, first of all, Vivid Vultures, as you can see here, ended up being 9.4 divines by the end of the league, and Crake it Chimerals also saw a huge boost because of the amount they needed to be used. In order to pull off the Vivid Vulture strat, well, you need tons and tons of Crake it Chimerals, and with less botting and less beast farmers going around now, that means the players have a bit more control over the currency they're going to make with Bestiary. You're not competing with AI, which is really nice. Competing with AI in farming is pretty difficult. So that was 3.2. Beast got a huge amount of love. But now we come to 3.21, and the first change we saw was actually on the Reddit. They leaked that you'll be able to release beasts from your menagerie. And this is a really good change because previously beasts were considered very, very annoying. They're still kind of annoying. We'll get into that later. But as of right now, you would have to go in, bestiary orb them, drop them on the ground, and just leave them there. You wouldn't use them. Now you can simply go in and click this release button, and all those annoying bad beasts clogging up your bestiary, they're gone. They're out of there. You no longer have to go through an entire map, taking note of every beast you see, deciding which one you want to capture. You just capture them all, and you can go and clean it out later. Take you next to no time. So really nice change there. Of course, there are still some annoyances with beast farming. You're going to want to farm those yellow beasts, which does still mean you will have to bestiary orb them. But people are always willing to buy them in full inventories worth. You're going to make at least 2C, 3C per yellow beast. So really nice change and really good for beast farmers. You can rejoice. Now we're going to one of the bigger things that actually changed, and that is obviously Crucible itself. Crucible allows items to have these built-in trees. Chris mentioned that you could actually imprint these. It was also mentioned that you could mirror them. Split was ignored, but I think you are going to be able to split these if I had to guess. I'm not going to go into how this would be used in terms of metacrafting. If you pick an item with a really strong tree and then you split it, so you basically duplicate the number of items that exist with that exact tree. Obviously, that's going to be powerful, but I can't go through all the trees and say, yeah, this is what people are going to do, but I imagine it will be something people are doing. Let's look at the one with 3 divines. If you have an item with 3 divines, this is going to be a 2-handed weapon. If you have a 2-handed weapon that gives 3 divines and then you split it, you have 6 divines. So split beast price is kind of going to be governed a little bit by this. Now, it's not going to be exact because, of course, you have to have the item that says that it sells for 3 divines, and you are going to struggle to get these off of other players, and other players are going to want to sell these for more than 3 divines, because otherwise, why wouldn't they just vendor them? So there's going to be a bit of a tug of war between the people having these items and the people having the split beasts. Split beasts could definitely see some weird things going on with their price this league. I would expect them to be much more expensive than they have been previously, which just overall boosts the benefit of doing beasts. We'll look at Phenomenal Plague for this league. It was 40 chaos. I imagine this being much higher, probably within the 80C to a divine kind of range. It can't ever get up to 3 because you just probably can't reliably make enough of these items to equal the number of Phenomenal Plague Directors you're going to farm. So that tug of war is going to happen. It's never going to go up to 3 divines, but it could definitely get a bit more expensive than it is now. So beast as a whole, much more valuable, and Tree actually got a couple of changes that help boss rushing. And I think that boss rushing is a great way to synergize with beasts. And the reason for that is you want to see as many of these beasts as you can per hour. You want to be blasting maps, seeing as many beasts as you can, because the Crake it Chimerals, they are few and far between. You have to do a lot of maps before you're going to see them. But the faster you can go, these beasts essentially take no time to kill and capture, unless you put them with Essence. We'll talk about that in a second. But boss rushing is real nice. You get to drop more synthesis maps, you get to drop more Shaper and Elder maps, you get to drop more Conqueror maps, and these nodes right here, which currently read 3% increased quantity of items found in the Maven's Crucible, well, they're getting changed. You can see around the patch notes. We'll zoom in a little bit for the less visually gifted. The Maven invitation quant nodes have been changed. They're no longer 3% increased quantity. Instead, they provide the final map boss a chance, an 8% increased chance, sorry, to drop a Maven's invitation, T14 plus. Well, if this counts for things like the hidden, formed, twisted, elder slayers, well, this is going to be really valuable because you have 6 of these nodes, which equals 48% chance. And let's say on average, you drop 10 invitations every 100 maps. Well, now you'll drop 15. And these are quite valuable. Elder Slayers is 80 all the way up to 100C most of the time. Twisted and Formed sit around 40, 50. So if you're dropping 5 of those, that's anywhere from 200 to 350 extra Chaos Orbs over a 100 map period, which is about 3.5C per map. It's not bad. It's not bad because you're just rushing maps. Each of these points is worth almost a Chaos each, which is lovely. So that's why we're including boss rushing. Then the beast nodes themselves, obviously pretty self-explanatory. You want to get the good beasts more often with natural selection. You want to get red beasts to be from the deep because this is where the Cricket Chimeral is found. And then you have things like yellow beasts can be replaced by red. We all know the beast stuff. And then I actually combined it with essence. What I will say is if you have a weaker build, if you have a build that doesn't have good single target, you can make some pretty ungodly creations. When you get beasts and essences combined and then they're duplicated, you get some pretty nasty mobs. So if you don't have a build with good single target or good clear or explosions or something, you might want to veer away from the essence. And I would recommend going into something like just getting more map duplication to sustain your maps easier, maybe adjacent chance if you're doing some ping-ponging. The world's kind of your oyster with this. It's the main thing is you don't want to take a mechanic that's going to increase the amount of time it takes you to complete the map by too much. That's kind of the thing about these boss rushing strats. You don't want to combine this with Expedition. Expedition takes a while to do. Harvest takes a while to do. So it's kind of these less impactful things like Heist, Strong Boxes, Essence, Metamorph. These things that don't take a huge amount of time to do within your map. Now you will see on the left here, we have the strat summary. Right now, all this does is kind of combine all the nodes from the tree and it shows it nice and pretty in this tab. Now what this will do in the future is I will be able to share with you guys what compasses I'm using, what map mod I'm using, what map I'm running, what my favorites are, influence I'm using, all these good things. This will be shown shortly as soon as we get this updated with max roll. So these strats are going to have much more information on them for you. And then on top of that, I'm going to be filling this page out as I go through the league. This is going to be constantly updated with tests, results, new trees, interesting ideas that you guys give me. Any fixes to the trees, this will be constantly updated. So use this. Don't like save the tree because there could be mistakes. Always come to here because I've already a couple of times had to fix trees. I do mess up pathing. You know, I'm good with this. I'm not good at pathing. Yeah, this could actually go away once we get the max roll thing updated. And then a little bit of a description over here. So this is definitely a strategy I'm going to explore next league. And I think beasts are going to be a great thing to farm. Maybe not straight away. They'll maybe take a while to, you know, jump up in price as people figure out Crucible and whatnot. But I think beasts are going to be a great farm. They always are. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. This guide will be on max roll shortly. So keep your eye out for that if you want the written version. If not, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.